Coach, 2 years ago you came out of nowhere to be the national runner-up, and then last year #1 team in the nation and bounced in the first round. What are the lessons learned from the last 2 seasons that you take into this campaign?
We probably have to focus more on the process and rather than the end goal. And I think we were probably, I think we probably had too much of an ends justify the means approach to last season, and we've dialed that back quite a bit. And we're just focusing day by day. Practice by practice, match by match.
You have the luxury of experience this year, especially with players led by Murphy Troy, who comes back. I've heard you talk about him as a possible National Player of the Year candidate. How good can he be?
He can be that National Player of the Year if he continues to improve. Most of our guys did a tremendous job of working on themselves over the summer and really just coming back in better shape with great focus, great maturity, and with that comes the openness to work on technique. And we've been working on some real minute technical details with Murphy that are allowing him to really expand his game and expand his range as a server, as an attacker, as a blocker, and a defender. So I think Murphy's maybe been a 1 or 2 trick pony up until now, and I think he's being closer to what in baseball they call a 5-tool player. So that's our goal with a guy as good as he was before and expanding his role and expanding his range. We really feel like he's gonna be a big piece for us, obviously, but I think nationally he's gonna do quite well.
Your other captain is your steady setter Riley McKibben. What kind of leadership does he bring to this team?
This year he's been a much more lead by example type of guy. Again, more self. Introspective and focus on technique, and he's really working well with J.J. Riley, one of our new assistants, whose specialty is in the setting department, and they both went to the same high school. They're both about the same height, so it's pretty interesting to watch the two work together. If Riley's not looking in the mirror or looking into the future, it's pretty fun to watch, and Riley's taken to a lot of the stuff that JJ's thrown at him and done quite well. And again, I think the theme is everybody's improving technique-wise, and Riley and Murph are driving the bus in that department for sure.
As we look back at the off-season, give me a surprise, a player who's greatly improved, or maybe a freshman to look out for as we look at the rest of this roster.
I can probably give you both. I think the freshman to look for is Henry Cassidy. He was an outside hitter in high school and club, and we recruited him to come play libero, much in the light that Luke Morris was, where he was maybe an undersized outside hitter collegiately, but somebody that's used to being on the floor, somebody that's used to winning championships, somebody that is highly competitive, has great technique, and is a team-first guy. And Henry is great, and he and Andrew Pizzula are in a huge battle to play libero for us this year. And then I think one of the, I don't know so much of a surprise, but I think the guy that's worked the hardest in the offseason to improve himself is Tony Chiarelli. He's worked on his physical fitness, he's worked on his technique, totally different focus in the gym with practice. He's been phenomenal and been really fun to coach, and I think been really stepped outside of himself more than anybody to really come back and make sure that he's better this year, and just done a phenomenal job.
Finally, as your season begins Wednesday, how was camp, and what's the attitude of the team going into it?
Attitude has been great. They've been very mature. I think when you have a drop-off after success, I think your hope and your drive as a coach is to make sure your team is focused and mature and responds. Usually with something like that, your team really responds big time one way or the other, and they've all come back very mature. I believe they've learned from their experiences, and they've really put it to good use. And their attitude's been fantastic, and attitude, work ethic, their cohesion as a team. It's all been there. All the stuff as a coach you really want to see.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck this season.
Thank you very much. Fight on.